So let's get into the topic that everyone wants to hear about, stress, and how to eliminate it from our lives. So a regular yoga and meditation practice is a great way to work on de-stressing, but aromatherapy is a really effective way to tap into our source of calm and relaxation and to disconnect from these stressors in our lives. So can you share with us, in your expert opinion, which fragrances would help us to de-stress and initiate a relaxation response, and how to use them?
Well, stress is very common today in people's lives, and it's so destructive and so unneeded. When we stress, we lose our self-connection, and we even forget to breathe. So if we speak about stress, I would just start with the sense that prolong the breath and that are calming in general, but they are calming in the way that is more, I would say, not calming but tranquilizing. My blend, which is called Deep Skog, Deep Forest, which I created for Spa de Well, which is really authentic. Inspiration comes from the exact place in Sweden, from the middle of the forest. It's the place, it is really, really calm. It was really calming for me, and I recreated it from my mind, and I used several Norwegian ingredients in this blend, and it really is it's both breathing inducing. It induces deep breath. It focuses concentration. It kind of focuses you. It doesn't make you wander around and makes this monkey brain or wandering brain stop a little and just like tap like under the moss in the forest almost. So beautiful. Deep Skog I would really recommend, and I even make sometimes for people like these remedy rollers with the scent of Deep Skog, which you can use, like just have it in your purse and use it sometimes. Although this is therapeutical kind of tranquilization, not even relaxation, but it's certain different levels. Right. For the more lighter relaxation, more like just refreshing feeling and sort of distracting for the mind, I have a blend which is called True Blue 3 Lavenders. So True Blue is the concept, it's the perfume concept, which actually... Yes, lavender. You have to. You know yes, I know you. And I work with so many lavenders also in my garden in Oslo and from Ibiza, where I compare their qualities, because lavender is not a lavender for perfumer. So in this blend, I just really wanted to adjust all of them, like camphoros and sharp lavandine, and then very mellow, sweet, gentle lavender, and then you have very dramatic kind of woody spirit of lavender. So all of these lavenders combined, they create a very nice lavender accord, which very many people really somehow associate with calmness, sterility, cleanliness, but also at the same time this zen state of the mind without clutter and multitasking, which is what we need to get us back on de-stress mode. Yes. To concentrate. So it
kind of cleanses your environment even.
Yeah, it cleanses your environment in your head, your rooms in your head. And also
the rooms in the head. Exactly. We have so many.
Yes, that demands our attention.
Yeah.
For some people, floral ingredients can be very calming, like night out, night flower, because it has something to do with satisfaction, which we lose when we stress. So we need this floral satisfaction, this indulging, seductive side of nature. But also, since we are making this program in Norway, I have to admit, candlelight, candles with scent. It is a true source of coziness, of calmness, of, candle is a very spiritual thing. It's a flame, but it kind of gathers you, also gathers your thoughts, and it just creates this soothing atmosphere.
There's something cozy about just standing here holding a candle.
Yes.
You get the heat from it.
It's
get
so
the
cozy.
scent. It's just, I want to stand here and hold this candle all day. It's so relaxing.
It's so relaxing because it comes in flames, and it's just like a mini sun.
Yeah.
So of candles, I could recommend Sakura very much, because Sakura has incenses. The world's best incenses is the project which I created for a Parisian firm. With many frankincenses, labdanomira. So it has the sacral feeling of the church, but in the way it also makes us contemplate and makes us really calm, and has the certain indulgences.
Yeah.
But summarized, we need some herbal ingredients, we need some deep ingredients like vetiver, indug, and some herbs that are a little bit avant-garde, that are curious for the mind, and mosses and trees and woods. This is really distressing.
Yeah, taking us out of our stress and into something nicer.
Natural world, natural world.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Stop the brain working.
Yeah. There are a few things you said that I just thought were absolutely gorgeous that we need to highlight, and talking about how the scents can be more tranquilizing than relaxing, and that it can actually initiate this deep breathing response, this idea of tranquility rather than relaxation, and that it can actually induce deeper breathing. And that's an amazing concept, that fragrances can actually initiate a physiological response, not just mental and emotional, but it actually has an impact on the way our bodies work physiologically.
Of course, yeah. And it can be explained by our associations, by our memories. And although we are all different and we have different ways of living and different childhood upbringing, we still somehow connect to the nature in similar ways. So essential oil is the nature in concentrated form. So the way it affects the limbic system is that it travels to the very part of our brain which is responsible for emotions and memories. And this scent is the closest. It's the fastest track to the memories. If you smell perfume that you were using 10 years ago, you recall the circumstances, maybe time of the year, the person, the events. It's just so quick. So this is why while we live, we collect kind of these patterns, and certain smells maybe can be very stressful and uneasy for us, but usually natural smells, like being in the garden, being by the flowering trees, the associations, they bring us into peaceful place. There is no any person that would not like harmony in nature.
Yeah.
It should.
We need it. We crave it.
And this is why I'm so against plastic trees, if I can just say to you.
In
this program,
thank you for saying that.
Please,
yes.
please, people, grow more.
You were talking about just the memories and the connections that we have with fragrances. I mean, I've stood right here in your shop before in tears after smelling a rose fragrance that reminds me of my departed grandmother. I get teary-eyed. I know, right? Yeah, so it's so true. Absolutely. Spiritual and emotional, and just these deep-rooted, deep-seated memories. An image can pop into the mind that you just haven't thought of in ages.
So sensitive.
Yeah.
It's really incredible power of scent.